Namaste and welcome my dear students in this virtual class run by NPABSAN Kaski, Nepal. It's me Sangeeta Acharya. Today we are going to learn a lesson from grade 8 English textbook. It's from unit 2 and the topic we are going to discuss is about rules and regulations. Well students, talking about rules and regulations or listening to the term rules and regulations, I hope you make some of the concepts in your mind. Am I right? Yes, I think. Okay, now let's go through the meaning. Okay, rules and regulations. It means what? Legislation, legal or other binding provisions. Rules and regulations means legislation or legal. They are binded by other provisions. Yes, you are a student, isn't it? Yes, there are certain rules and regulations in your school that you must follow, isn't it? Yes, we can say that rules and regulations are that are different in different sector, in different situation and in different condition or places, isn't it? And we must follow them. Okay, as a student, you must know what modal verbs to describe about rules and regulations. Okay, now let's first be clear about the auxiliaries or the modal verbs to describe rules and regulations. Okay, now what are the modal verbs then? What are the auxiliaries or modal verbs then? Can you explain me? Okay, now look at here. Modal verbs are that which expresses necessity or possibility. Yes, they expresses what? Necessity or possibilities. Yes, what are the auxiliaries or modal verbs then? The auxiliary verbs are or the modals are what? You must not, have to, don't have to, should not, ought to, ought not to, okay, etc. Okay, we tell it as what? Modal verbs. Yes, okay, to describe what? Positive activities, we use what? Should, you should have, you should, you have to, you must, you ought to, you need to, okay, etc. But for negative activities, we will use what? You should not, you don't have to, you must not do, you ought not to. That is strictly what? Prohibited or you are not allowed to. These are the modal verbs which expresses about the negative activities. Okay, well students, let's go through the passage. Here is one advice by a doctor to a patient. Yes, and there are certain rules and regulations that are the advices given by the doctor that must be or must not done by the patient. Okay? Well, student, let's go through the passage first. Let's read. Okay? A doctor says to his patient, what? As your temperature is rising, you must have an injection every day. You must not drink any alcohol until you have finished your tablets, and you must stay indoors for at least 3 days. After that, you can go out for short walks, but you must not do anything too energetic. Likewise, if there is pain in your back, you must lie flat on your back to save yourself from heavy dehydration. You must drink 5 liters of water a day. Things will improve very soon, and in this case, you need not stay in the hospital anymore. You have to be polite with other patients in this ward, and you should follow my advice. This is the advice given by a doctor to a patient. Yes? Now, let's talk about the obligations or the rules that must follow or must not follow by what? That patient. Yes? Look at here. Here are certain words which I already described about are mentioned here. To do what? To follow rules and regulations. Look at here. Must have, mustn't, must, mustn't. Likewise, must, need not, have to. Okay, you see it here. Yes? And what they describes us about? Then they describes us about the strong advice, must advise us about strong advice. The doctor say, look at here, you must stay indoors for at least 3 days. It means you must. There is no choice. That is the strong advice given by the doctor, isn't it? And there is no any choice. It means it is the strong advice, no choice that is given by the doctor. And look at here, you must not drink any alcohol until you have finished your tablet. It means the thing is not allowed it to do. That is the negative aspect. Yes, drinking alcohol is the negative aspect. Yes, so that what we use? We use mustn't. Yes, so that these are the what? Modal verbs or the auxiliaries given or used by the doctor to the patient. Okay. Now let's again talk more about the meanings of use of must, have to, should. Okay. Now look at here. What they tell us? The meaning must, have to. I already told you, but now also I am going to revise you. That is, the must or have to gives us the obligations. There is a strong what? Strong advice. Yes, the doctor said what? The doctor said to the patient what? You must stay at your home. Yes, must means what is the? That is the strong advice, isn't it? Likewise, there is no choice. No choice rather than to stay at home. Yes? Okay. Now, there is the necessary to do. It means the patient must stay at home. It means it is necessary to take a rest at home. Yes? The use of must or have to. Have to also deals with said. Okay? Now, should. Should is written differently in this slide. Yes? In this slide, we can see should is different, isn't it? Yes, dear students, it is slightly different than the use of must and have to. How is it different then? Look at here. We see there it talks about the opinion, or we can say view. Yes, there is you have choice. Likewise, that is only advice but not the strong advice. Okay. Suppose, for example, you should go to Pokhara. It means you should go to Pokhara. Somebody suggests or advise you should go to Pokhara, but you have the choice. If he or she advise you or tell you to go to Pokhara, you must go to Pokhara. That means there is no choice. You must go. You must go to Pokhara. Yes, but the use of should is slightly different. So you should means there is choice whether you go to Pokhara or not. Okay. Now the opinion or the view depends upon you. Yes. Are you all clear about the use of should, have to, must? I hope so. Okay. Now let's give more examples. Look at here. I have given you here more examples about the use of should, must and have to. Okay. Now look at here. You must do your homework. It means it is already late to do homework. Now then you will not be able to finish your work on time. If you do not do your homework now, then you will not finish your homework on time. It means you must do your homework now. You must rest. It means you are not well, and if you continue working, your health is going to get worse. It means you must rest. You have no other choice. Yes, it is of strong advice. Yes. Then after, let's talk about should. Then you should take a rest. Look at here the differences between the use of must and should. Yes. Look at, you must rest. It means you must, strong advice. Yes. You should take a rest means you are tired, and if you do not take a rest, you are going to get sick. It depends upon your decision. Okay. You should rest. And the next one, you should do your homework now. It means it is the right time to do your homework. Yes. It means it depends upon your choice whether you start your homework now or not. Okay. The differences between the use of must and should. Are you now clear? Now look at here. I have to go. It means you have no choice. You have to go. Okay. These are the uses and the differences between using what? Must, should and have to. Okay. Are you all clear about this? Okay. I hope so, my dear students. Now let's discuss about more examples. Okay. Suppose you are in a library. Yes. Then you have to follow what? Certain rules and regulations. Isn't it? There are certain rules and regulations in the library too. Isn't it? Then what may be the rules and regulations in the library? Look at it. I have given you. You must present your library card in order to take out books. Yes. In order to take out books, what? You must have library card. Must. Yes. It means the obligation. That means the sure or there is the necessity to have a what? Library card. Likewise, books must be returned within 2 weeks. Books must be returned within 2 weeks. After that, what happens? Look at it. You must pay the fine. If you don't is the negative activities. Yes, it means you have to do the certain thing in certain time. It means the negative models as well as positive models, the use, you can see the differences. Yes, you must return within 2 weeks. Likewise, library users should speak. The use of should speak quietly. And what happens? If not, they will disturb to others. It depends upon you. Yes, you should speak what? Silently or very quietly. Okay. If you write or tear on books, yes, what happens? You will be fined. Yes. If you write or tear books, then you will be fined. And you have to return books on time. Okay. There are such kinds of rules and regulations must be followed in the library, isn't it? Okay. Now let's talk about the rules and regulations for zoo visitors too. Okay. Let me make you clear more and more. Okay. To describe rules and regulations, what? We use the modals, isn't it? Yes. Auxiliaries to whom we call modals. Yes. Likewise, there are different or certain rules and regulations in different sectors, isn't it? So that there are different in different places too. Okay, now let's talk about the use of rules and regulations for zoo visitors. Yes. Now, read this. Okay. Visitors must buy tickets to enter into the zoo. That is, there is no choice rather than to buy ticket. Yes, if you buy ticket, then you can get the entry. If not, what? You will not get entry, or you cannot get the permission to enter into the zoo. So that is the strong what? Obligation. Yes, that is the obligation, and it is necessary to be followed. Okay. Likewise, visitors mustn't give food to the animals. You must not, if you are a visitor, then you must not give food to the animals, and visitors must walk what? Silently. Must walk. It means you must walk silently in the zoo premises. Okay. And visitors are not allowed to litter into the garden. Yes, this is also the next rule for the zoo. Yes, for the zoo visitors. Yes, and visitors mustn't smoke within the zoo premises. Poking at the animals is strictly prohibited. These are the certain rules and regulations for whom? For whom? The zoo visitors. Yes, so that there are different rules and regulations in different sectors. We can say it, isn't it? And they are different. So we must follow certain rules and regulations in certain places or in certain conditions or in certain situations. Okay? Well, students, I hope you are being more clear about the rules and regulations. By being a student of English, you know how to describe about rules and regulations by using auxiliaries, or we call them as what? Modal verbs. Yes, for that, let me revise you again, and I would like to give you as a homework. Okay, what is rules and regulations? As a student of English, what? We use modal verbs to describe what? Rules and regulations in different situations or in different conditions or in different sectors. For that, there is the use of what? Modal verbs. They are what? Modal verbs are must, must not, have to, okay? Don't have to, should, need to, need not to, ought to, okay? etc. You can say it, I think. Okay, now let's talk about the homework then. The homework is write some rules and regulations that we must follow in this pandemic situation of COVID-19. Okay, practice it at your home. Well, students, I hope you will do it better. Yes, if possible, so to your teacher. Thank you for your patience. Okay, we will meet you in next class. Thank you. Bye.